What up with the kingdom now? It's your boy King Falcon. Now before you go check out this video, why don't you go ahead and support the birdie. Check out my Facebook page, that's King Falcon, KXNG space FALCUN. Turn on all the notifications to be up to date with all the latest and greatest King Falcon. There's new music, new content on the way. And while you at it, why don't you go ahead and follow my clan's page, Afterlife Gamers. Do the same. Follow. If you support the birdie, go ahead and follow that whole page and go ahead and follow all the individual members of that group. Check out my YouTube channel. The link should be in the bio. Subscribe to that page. Turn on the bell. Click the bell icon. Turn on all the notifications as well. Without further ado, you know what today is. Let's get it. What up with the kingdom now? It's your boy King Falcon. And you know what today is. Another Motivational Monday. Which means it's time for food for thought. Today's words of wisdom come from a deeper place, and they have resonated with my soul. So, without further ado, let's talk about it. Today's words of wisdom are: forgiveness does not make the other person right. It makes you free. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is a very tough topic to ever talk about, to ever really think about, because a lot of people understand forgiveness differently. For some, forgiveness, just like the words of wisdom, gives you freedom. It gives you a chance to be unbound by the bindings of your heart and mind, trapped behind a wall of resentment, anger, and everything ugly that hinders your progress. It hinders everything heading towards your progress. And then for others, they understand forgiveness as being a sign of weakness. They believe that it means allowing one access or the ability to live a perfect life without them understanding what has caused you such pain and turmoil. They don't understand what they have done to you. You're forgetting what they have done to you in the first place to bring you to this place of ridicule. Well, I don't always have the answers, and I am not always right. I'm only human, and I can only give you things through my perspective. And forgiveness is no way, shape, or form a sign of weakness. No. Forgiveness is a show of strength. It is something that requires so much strength that it is not an easy task for anybody. Like, there are monks that train for years in an art of such before they find their enlightenment. And for us mere mortals, or for us humans, it comes even harder, because you have to instill with you patience and discipline to understand what forgiveness means. I done had a lot of people stab me in my back. For years, I have carried this hatred, this fire, this irresistible hunger to get vengeance and payback. But while I was doing that, I was poisoning my mind. I was hindering my own progress because I allowed that person to rent a space in my head for free. Like that was the only thing I thought about. I dreamt about it. And I really didn't see any positive outcome to that. Like I stopped creating, and when I did create, it was out of a place of malnourishment. And when I mean malnourishment, I mean that it was things that wasn't fully developed. It was half-assed because I was just trying to get to the point. But I had to realize, until I forgave these people for such acts of treachery, treasonous, I guess you could say, I wasn't going to go anywhere. Because now I am locked down and I cannot go any further. Like everything that I did was tainted. Now I'm not gonna say it was easy because I have not forgiven everybody for everything. No. There's still things that I'm still working on. But that's just the point. Anything that's worth anything requires work. We talked about patience in one of these videos where I was talking about taking your time and understanding not to rush into things. Well, that same patience goes into forgiveness. You have to break down everything that makes you hate. Everything that makes you feel said resentment towards that person. You have to break that down and find out what it is that truly does not allow you peace. And you have to find out if you're strong enough to go on that journey. I had a stepmom that didn't take a lot of care when it came down to emotional stability on my part. She taught me how to hate. She taught me how to be impatient. She taught me how to yell. She taught me how to use physical violence to get what I wanted. And that destroyed me because I became this monster. I became this unrecognizable person. I would look in the mirror and try to figure out why I was by myself so much. Why I didn't have the friends that I think I needed. Why my relationships were crap. Well, because I didn't forgive myself for the mistakes that I made due to the poor representation in my parental guidance. I didn't have no foundation, no good support system. I mean, wholeheartedly, the forgiveness in that forgiveness in that whole situation came way later, after she passed. Now, I can't say I fully forgiven her for the things that happened, because there were things that have put my life in jeopardy. But I can say now that given her background and given her past, she wasn't really fully equipped to handle raising a kid herself. She was also destroyed, and she was also carrying a lot of poison. She was carrying a lot of baggage, burdened by her past and her mistakes. But unlike me, and unlike I'm sure a lot of you, she didn't try to find ways to fix it. I know a lot of the things she did was due to her mental illness. As a kid, as a teenager, as a young adult, I didn't understand what that meant. I was like, why are you like this? Why are you so mean? Why are you so angry? Why are you so mad? And I had to realize that's all she knew. That's all she knew. She probably did the best that in her mind she could with me. Like, I believe that she felt like she was a very good parent. And entails that she wasn't the worst parent. But I feel there could have been some improvements made. Once again, this is just my opinion. But in order for me to move on from that, because I was plagued by dreams, I guess you could say nightmares of certain incidents, certain things that had happened between me and her, replaying in my mind over and over and over and over again. And I didn't understand why now, after she had passed a year later, I was having these dreams, and they weren't good dreams. They were very bad. Why was she even in my mind? Why was she there? Because I did not forgive her for things she could not control. I held her accountable for things that were out of her hand. And I know now that if I was in her position, I don't know if I would have done anything different, given her case, given her state. I just feel like that I would probably make the same mistakes. But because of what I do know now, I will not make the same mistakes. So I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all that tuned in, that are actually watching this video, understand that very fact. I'm pretty sure you have people in your lives that you haven't forgiven and you don't think you ever will. But I'm telling you, right now, if you don't let that shit go, you will utterly destroy yourself and destroy everybody else around you, because you would turn yourself into a black hole, absorbing any little light that you think you had. Now, I'm sure everybody that's followed, subscribed to all my makes understand that very fact. That's what I preach, is positivity and overcoming obstacles. So, here comes the next part. It's challenge time. I challenge you to find a time in your life, find a current moment right now, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of you, where you have people that you know for a fact that you cannot forgive. There's no way you're going to let that shit go. He or she wrongs you, and you want reparation for it. You want some type of acknowledgement for the pain and suffering you went through. Well, I'm going to tell you, you probably are not going to get that shit. And because you're waiting for that, you are wasting your own time. So I challenge you to try to find a way to forgive and let that shit go. Put it in the comment section. If you have felt these strong feelings, I want you to put I in the comment section. Make sure you follow me for follow back. Make sure you turn on the notifications. You already know. And with that being said, King Falcon out.